Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at Star Wars movie that you may have heard of. That was coming out, has come out. Little Star Wars Rogue One, kind of a prequel to the original trilogy, to the original Episode 4, A New Hope. This is all about how they steal the Death Star plans. Oh, did I spoil it? I don't think I did. I think you all understand what this one is. I've been looking forward to this one. The trailers really got me interested in this one. I liked Force Awakens. I didn't think it was the best Star Wars movie, but I rank it up there, and I would say my top three. Well, it was. It no longer is. Rogue One has pushed everything else, not quite everything else, but pushed some others further down the line as far as I'm concerned. I think Gareth Edwards, the director, did a pretty good job with this. There's some good things and some bad things. I'm going to try not to be spoilery here, but if you haven't seen anyone new and completely fresh, then don't listen to anything I say, because saying little things are technically spoilers anyways if it makes you then look out for those things. So things I don't think are too spoilery, but I did love a lot of the little nods to a lot of the other Star Wars stuff that's out there. You have nods to Rebels, and you have nods to some of the other films, particularly original A New Hope, Episode 4. I like the Easter eggs that are scattered throughout this movie, and I want to go back and watch it again to see if I can pick out some of the things that I know I missed. I like the fact that it's back to being a bit. It's not like super dark, but it's a darker movie than any of the prequels were. Darker than I think Force Awakens was, and I like the fact that it's a bit more gritty. I like that's what I liked about the original Star Wars, and more so about Empires. It was grittier, it was edgier, it was a little harder, and a little just a tougher universe. I like that. I mean, I will admit I like seeing Darth Vader on screen again a little bit. Some of the bad. Some of the CG, particularly Grand Moff Tarkin, and I understand they had to use it without just replacing him as a different actor, which would seem weird for those of us that know Tarkin. Those of us who have watched the originals 368 times, but it just something about his CG just seemed off, and it might be because it's so obvious that it's CG. Because obviously Peter Cushing died how long ago? It can't be the same actor. So, but it's little things like that don't really detract from the whole movie. I mean, another negative for some people would be the fact that at times it feels kind of like a video game, which is a positive for some people as well. That it kind of feels like a video game. It's Battlefront, the movie. I think the action scenes were really cool in this. I mean, things were at times a bit predictable. Actually, very predictable. There were some things that were very predictable, but I mean, that happens in these types of movies, and I can forgive it because I got the Star Wars fanboy stuff that I wanted, without it being overwhelming. Where it's not just simply playing fan service to me. It's expanding on a story I already know. I know the story of A New Hope. I know about the Death Star and all of that, and it gives some backstory to that. That yes, I know vaguely how things happen, but to actually put faces with it. And I think the casting they did for this was done really well. Felicity Jones is Jyn Erso. I mean, brilliant casting all around. I think they did a great job, and I think I have my favorite comedic relief in a Star Wars film ever in this one, and I'm not even going to say who it is. You'll know it as soon as he talks. Oh, I spoiled it, but that it's a guy. So it's not Jyn Erso or Mon Mothma. So if you're a Star Wars fan, I can't see you going into this and not enjoying this. I really can't. Even if you weren't a huge fan of Force Awakens, I think this is way beyond. I would say way beyond, but it's well enough beyond, I think, quality-wise, compared to Force Awakens, that it's didn't capture that same feeling that I had for the original Star Wars. And part of that's just that I'm an old son of a bitch who, I as much as I want to channel my inner 6-year-old when I saw the original, I can't quite get there anymore. I'm too jaded. I'm too get off my lawn. But it's a fun movie, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted a fun movie. I wanted a fun Star Wars movie, and I got a fun Star Wars movie without Jedi for the most part, which you never would have thought a Star Wars movie would really out much in the way of Jedi. how it can be done. It can be done quite well. So, I mean, I can keep going on about this one. I want to see it again in the theater, and I don't see many movies in the theater more than once. That's a rarity for me. The last time I did that was Fury Road. So, but definitely I think it's one worth checking out if you're a Star Wars fan. I think it's a lot of fun. There's some stuff that I think is going to become iconic Star Wars references as time goes by, particularly some of the little quips that happened in the movie. So, until next time, I am one with the Force. Is that it? Did I just fuck it up at the very end? The Force is with me. I am with the Force. The Force is destiny. And destiny is Force. And Force equals mass times. I don't remember, but I probably screwed it up. But I don't care, because it's late. It's late. I want to go to bed. So, check out Rogue One. Or Rouge One, if you look at the sequel for Moulin Rouge. I hear that's pretty good, too. Also has, Ewan McGregor, who was in the prequels, which everyone makes mistakes.